Welcome back to another Madden 20 video I have for you guys here today. Today it is going to be a rebuild of the Baltimore Ravens. This is not going to be a realistic rebuild, it's going to be completely fantasy style, so hopefully you guys are excited for this one. If you guys are looking forward to some Madden 20 connected franchise content in general though, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. It would be awesome if I can see you guys on my next upload. Also, if you'd like to check out my Twitter, Discord, or my second channel, links to those are in the description of all of my videos, so it'd be cool if you could stop by at any of those links. So the Ravens in the game are a 77 overall, so they're not really in need of a rebuild, but I'm still going to do them because I'm going to get to every, single team at some point. Lamar Jackson, the starting quarterback here, he has superstar dev, which I actually thought was kind of interesting. I didn't really think they'd give him superstar development, but they did. It's fine. It's going to help us out here. I'm about it, but the Ravens are ridiculously hard to stop in this game. I just recently played against them in my Bengals franchise, and they are ridiculous. Lamar Jackson and Marquise Brown are so fast, it's really difficult to stop them. Mark Ingram, Kenneth Dixon, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill are the running backs. I would potentially give Hill the start if he didn't have normal development. If he had like star or something, maybe I'd consider it since he is a rookie. But what I think I'm going to do is trade for a different running back to start on this team and then probably have Hill be the number 2. But Mark Ingram is not bad, but he's 29 years old. He's going to regress. He typically plays sort of well in the game, but I still think I'd rather get a younger running back to fill his spots. At wide receiver, we have Willie Snead, Seth Roberts, and Marquise Brown. The only one I will for sure keep this whole time is Marquise Brown. Willie Snead and Seth Roberts both aren't too bad, but I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with them just yet. I usually like trying to trade for a wide receiver, but it's so difficult to trade for a really good wide receiver in this game. Maybe I can get something to go through, though. I'm not sure yet. Ronnie Stanley and Orlando Brown make for two very good tackles. They have a great tackle duo here. They have, is this Ben Powers? Okay, starting at left guard. He's a rookie, so maybe he can develop. Highly doubt it, but we'll see what happens. Matt Skira and Marshall Yanda are the other two guys. Yanda's actually very good. Yanda or Yanda, I don't really know how it's pronounced. Fantastic right guard here. He's been so good for so long in this league, so we'll have to see what he can do. Mark Andrews is a great tight end. I think he's going to have a really good season this year. Lamar Jackson, hopefully can find him a few times. Hayden Hurst and Nick Boyle are the other two. I'll probably end up trading Hayden Hurst just because he's probably going to have a good amount of trade value. He's still decently young, has star development, and then we have Nick Boyle who can just come in and be the backup tight end. Perfectly fine. But Mark Andrews, I definitely want starting. And then defensively, we got Tony Jefferson at strong safety. Earl Thomas III at free safety coming over from the Seahawks. Superstar X Factor. I'm going to try to keep him as long as possible. Marlon Humphrey is a great number 1 corner to have in the game. Jimmy Smith, Brandon Carr, Tavon Young, the other guys. Brandon Carr's definitely getting traded. I feel like it almost sounded like I said card. That's not what happened at all. I tried to say Carr. Jimmy Smith may get traded as well. He's good, but he's 31. He's also not that high of an overall. He's an 84. I think I'd rather get value from him now and then have Marlon Humphrey and Tavon Young be the number 1 and number 2 guys. Tavon Young will be the slot, and then we also have Kennedy down here. If I really need anybody else to start, maybe we can try to trade for one. I'm not exactly sure yet, but Willie Henry, Michael Pierce, Brendan Williams, the defensive lineman. Michael Pierce is certainly going to be the starter for this entire time. Brandon Williams is interesting. I didn't mean to click on Jimmy Smith. Brandon Williams is interesting because he's 30 years old, but he's still good. He's an 86 overall. I think I might try to keep him for one more year, see what he goes down to, trade him after that maybe. Willie Henry is still pretty young. He's 25, so he could start if I really need him to. Matthew Judon starting at left outside linebacker. Not a bad player there at all. Pernell McPhee is definitely going to be traded, but we know we have Tim Williams, we have Jalen Ferguson, Shane Ray, Tyus Bowser, a ton of depth here. Jalen Ferguson may come up and start just because he's a rookie. We can see what he can get done. And then Kenny Young, the middle linebacker, number 2. And then Patrick Owasu. I think somebody commented recently saying that's how it's pronounced. I've always had trouble pronouncing his name. Patrick Owasu. Onwaso? I don't know. I think it's Owasso. I'm going to go with Owasso for the rest of this. Hopefully that's correct. Thank you to who commented that. Hopefully you are right. I trust you, though. He's actually good in real life. I feel like he should be a higher overall than a 74. But who knows? I'll probably keep him on the team for at least a little while longer. Kenny Young is actually young, so his last name's pretty fitting right now. He's 23 years old. He can probably stay at middle linebacker. Honestly, I'm fine keeping both of these guys for a little while. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do just yet. I don't think I'm going to trade for a middle linebacker this year. We'll have to gauge the draft. Maybe if there's a stud middle linebacker, I'll trade away one of them. I don't know. I kind of doubt it. But let's get into some trades here first. Let's see if we can make this team better. Also, I already mentioned this, I think, but this is not supposed to be realistic. It's very much a fantasy style rebuild. So if you are not looking forward to a ton of different trades, probably should click off the video because I'm going to, trade away a lot of the pieces on this team. Trading within the division here to start this rebuild off, Seth Roberts, Hurst, and Illuminor go to the Bengals for their first rounder. I actually did not think that was going to work, but we're giving the Lions Jimmy Smith, Mark Ingram, and Pernell McPhee for Frank Ragnow and Deshaun Hand. You should already know we're targeting the Dolphins' first-round draft pick. Brandon Carr, Matt Skura, and Willie Henry will get it done. I'm going to take the Packers' first-round draft pick, too. Hopefully they play badly this year. It would be awesome if this could randomly be like top 10, but Kenneth Dixon and Chris Wormley are the pieces for this draft pick. Okay, so I got this trade to go through, but we gave away quite a bit. I may try to get this draft pick back again. We'll see what happens. But Hayden Hurst, Gus Edwards, and the Dolphins first rounder are going to the Rams in exchange for Todd Gurley. I think it was worth it. But let's see if we can randomly finesse them and get this draft pick back once again. I got the draft pick back again. We're giving the Rams Bozeman, Shane Ray, and a third rounder next year for that Dolphins pick here once again. This is going to be the team heading into this first season, and I think this is the first time in a little while where I've actually improved the teams overall after trading. But I think we did get better in a pretty big way because we have Todd Gurley now. We have another superstar X Factor, 97 overall running back. It's stupid how easy that was to get. I mean, we gave up a first-round draft pick, but still, I feel like he shouldn't be able to be traded for, to be honest. But whatever. Our wide receiver core is still pretty much the same. We got rid of Seth Roberts, but now Miles Boykin can come in and start. He's a rookie, of course, out of Notre Dame. So we're going to see what he can do. I'm going to have Marquise Brown, though, play the slot and the number 2. I'm actually going to have him play the number 1 in the slot. Willie Snead will be the number 2. Boykin then will be the number 3. That's fine. The offensive line got a little bit better. Frank Ragnow, now joins the team at center. Mark Andrews. Did I say Mike? Mark Andrews starts at tight end. Hopefully I didn't say Mike earlier. I don't know. But the rest of the offensive line and the rest of the offense there is unchanged, other than the guys, of course, I talked about. And then defensively, Deshaun Hand now starting at, it should be right end, shouldn't it? Whatever. It says he's here at left end. I'll make that switch eventually. Deshaun Hand, Brennan Williams, Michael Pierce, I think make for a very good defensive line. Marlon Humphrey, Tavon Young, and then Kennedy. I forgot your first name already. Maurice Kennedy. I'm going to look to draft a corner this year, maybe sign one. We'll see what happens. And then Earl Thomas, Tony Jefferson, the safeties, Tim Williams, Kenny Young, Patrick Owasso, and Matthew Judon, the linebackers. I'm actually going to have Jalen Ferguson slide up to start at right. And then specialist, this is what it looks like. I'm actually going to have Deshaun Hand rush right end because I feel like he can do that relatively well. And then Owasso and Kenny Young will be the sub linebackers. Michael Pierce, rush defensive tackle. Judon, rush left end. Tavon Young, slot corner. And then there's the rest. You guys can see it. I don't know why I always talk about that when it's obviously on the screen. But whatever. Anyway, I think this team is in a pretty good spot to make the playoffs, but they do sit in a pretty difficult division. The Browns are very glitchy in the game. The Steelers are also very glitchy. The Bengals usually suck, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, though, we can win a few of the games against the division and just, take it. All right, at the mid-season mark here, let's see what the record's all about. We have a 4-3 record, not too bad. 6-2, though, from the Patriots. Hopefully, we can beat them. We are sitting at number 2 in the division. The Browns are 4-2-1. The Bengals are 4-4. The Steelers 1-5-1. That's who I assume the Browns tied to. Let's check out these experience points, though. Anybody with a ton? Lamar Jackson hopefully has a couple. He has 2. That's what I like to see. 3 for Marquise Brown. He actually has superstar dev. I didn't know he did. That is fantastic. I genuinely did not know that one. I usually have a good idea with the hidden devs from watching other YouTubers and stuff like that, but I actually haven't seen anybody do anything with the Ravens just yet. I'm sure there are tons of videos out there. But yeah, Marquise Brown, superstar dev. That's fantastic. Miles Boykin down there, I think, had 2. And then defensively, we got 2 for Jalen Ferguson and Kenny Young, who actually had 1 before the season started. I just forgot to spend it. And then 1 for a couple other guys. Okay, well, who do we have to bring back? Michael Pierce is definitely a player I would like to bring back to the team. Matthew Judon, I would like back. Patrick Ricard, I want. Willie Snead, I may bring back. He's a good slot wide receiver. We'll have to see. That's not where he's playing, but that's probably his scheme, right? If I had to guess, it is slot. Okay, we'll have to see. I'm not sure. It depends on how well he plays and what the wide receivers are looking like in the draft, so I'm just going to let him go for now. Tavon Young, I would like to retain. Anthony Levine, I will let go. Owasso, I would like to bring back. Okay, everybody I mentioned came back to the team aside from Michael Pierce, but I'll get him next week, hopefully. Michael Pierce is also coming back to the team. He got a massive deal, but I think it's fair for a 92 overall defensive tackle. Are we in the playoffs this year? We are, and we actually have to take on the Browns, who probably won our division. That's a very interesting wild card round. It's actually even more interesting that the Browns, 11-4-1, got into the wild card. Okay, well, 10-6 here from the Ravens. Awesome that we made the playoffs. 7-8-1 for the Steelers. 7-9 for the Bengals. I just want to see this, though. The AFC must have been super strong if that team, the Browns team, made a wild card. The Titans and the Chiefs both went 13-3. Let's check out these stats. Lamar Jackson was fantastic. 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I would love for fewer picks, but everything else fantastic there. Todd Gurley was also amazing. 1,548 yards, 13 touchdowns. Definitely showed to be worth the trade value we gave up for him. Marquise Brown, 81 for 1,151 with 13 touchdowns. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Willie Snead had a pretty solid year too. 923 yards, 9 touchdowns. Mark Andrews gets 5 touchdowns. Miles Boykin gets a little bit involved there. Blocking was actually very nice. Nobody with over 10 sacks. That's what I like to see. 108 tackles there from Owasso. I need to remember to say that properly. I'm pretty sure that's it. I want to check my comment section one more time, just in case I messed up here again. Owasso. Okay, I'm going to go with Owasso for the rest of the time. 15 tackles for loss for Brandon Williams, who somehow did not get a sack. But all right, 15 for Deshaun Hand as well. 7 sacks for Michael Pierce. Add a 3-4 at a nose tackle. You lead the team in sacks. Okay, 6.5 from Matthew Judon. 4 interceptions, though, from Earl Thomas, 3 from Tony Jefferson, 2 from Tavon Young and Marlon Humphrey, 1 from Matthew Judon and Patrick Owasso, and Maurice Kennedy. And my chair always makes a weird noise, I swear to God. Defensive touchdowns, 1 for Earl Thomas, 0 safeties, and a blocked kick from Tony Jefferson, Deshaun Hand, and Brandon Williams. Check out forced fumbles. Do we have a lot? We have 2 from Earl Thomas, 1 from Marlon Humphrey, and 1 of those was recovered. So second on offense. I wonder who did better than us. Defensively was 7th, man. Top 10 in both of those. That's awesome. Ezekiel Elliott wins MVP. I almost traded for him, but chose to go with Todd Gurley instead. Anybody here from the Ravens? We have Lamar Jackson at number 7, Todd Gurley at number 10. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes wins it, but Todd Gurley at number 4. Lamar Jackson at number 7. I will take it. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Preston Brown. Nobody from the Ravens. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Marquise Brown. And he has Superstar. Maybe that can go up to X Factor. That would be awesome. Justice Hill at number 2. Wow. AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year competition doesn't seem too stingy, considering Justice Hill, a backup running back, comes in 2nd. Miles Boykin comes in 4th as well. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Cleveland Farrell ends up winning it. Nobody from the Ravens in there. I don't think I really had any rookies on defense starting, so that's fine. Let's check out these experience points, though. Come on. Show me a bunch for Lamar Jackson and for Marquise Brown. 5 for Jackson, 7 for Marquise Brown. We got 4 for Powers. He may even develop into something. That would be amazing. Defensively, we got 3 for Kenny Young, 4 for Jalen Ferguson. Okay, a couple of these guys are getting a good number of experience points. I'm totally for it. The team is at an 81 overall now after spending all of those points. Lamar Jackson's an 82, Marquise Brown's an 83, Todd Gurley's a 99, which is fantastic. And then on defense, got Kenny Young up to a 74, Jalen Ferguson also up to a 74. I'm about it. I'm liking where this team is. So let's see if we can take down the Browns. I don't really think we're going to, just because the Browns have a ridiculous roster in the game. We do have a better roster, though, technically on paper. 81 overall for us. Let's see. Let's advance the week. Maybe we can take them down. That would be awesome. Let's see what happens. We are going to win 38-24, and we have to take on the 13-3 Titans, man. All right, well, they're 7 and I almost said they're 7 and 9. They're a 79 overall team. What am I even on right now, man? I need some sleep. I don't even know. But let's advance the week. Can we take down the Titans and go to the conference championship? We can. Against another 13-3 team. Doesn't get any easier for us. It's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are insane. But we're going to go straight to the Super Bowl. Can we make it year 1? A Ravens year 1 Super Bowl. Let's get it, man. I'm about it. And we are not in it. The Seahawks and the Chiefs end up making it to the Super Bowl. Let me spend these points, and I'll advance the week and let you guys know who wins. Okay, let's advance the week here. Let's see if the Chiefs can take down the Seahawks. I'm rooting for the Chiefs. They're in the division. Let's see. Or they're in the conference. Whatever. The Chiefs did win. 28-21. The AFC comes out victorious. All right, well, let me actually check out these experience points as well and potential dev upgrades. Marquise Brown is up to Superstar X Factor. So is Lamar Jackson. Oh, my Lord. That is amazing. I love when this happens, man. It just randomly happens. It's awesome. You can see development trait increase Super Bowl week plus Superstar X Factor. That's so cool. 3 more experience points as well from Marquise Brown. He's developing ridiculously well. And Marshall Yanda actually retired. I've seen him like 3 years in the future in these rebuilds. That's kind of frustrating, but it's all good. Nobody on defense went up in dev, but that's fine. We got 2 huge upgrades on offense. I'm so about that. Let's advance the week. Let's see who's in free agency. If there's a stud wide receiver here, maybe I'll just sign that person instead of drafting one, because drafting wide receivers for me hasn't really gone well so far this year. Actually, I think I drafted an X Factor, so that's not entirely true. But we have $38.68 million to spend. And Kareem Hunt, of course, is the top free agent. Anybody here who is different? I'm seeing all the same people. Nelson Aguilar is here. All right. Drew Brees, of course. Cody Whitehair could play guard for us. That's not a horrible option. Blake Martinez is here. Ooh, Blake Martinez at linebacker could be the move. I really do like Owasso, but he's a 75 overall, 28-year-old middle linebacker. I don't really think he's going anywhere on this team, and it sucks. He should definitely be a higher overall, but can't really help that right now. I think Blake Martinez is a player I'm going to target. Okay, let's see if we got to Blake Martinez. We did. We also got Willie Snead. I didn't give Willie Snead much money at all, so I'm perfectly fine with that one. Because I can still draft a wide receiver, and it's not that big of a deal. Because, you know, Willie Snead can just be a depth wide receiver for this team. Okay, this draft class looks very good. I'm actually really excited to draft a couple of these guys. I'm not sure if I want anybody really early, though. I have the first overall pick. I feel like I have for the last while. I'm telling you, man. I don't know if it's the Dolphins, but I've gotten the Dolphins draft pick pretty much every rebuild so far, and I usually get, like, the first pick. So maybe it is theirs. Let's just see who's on my draft board and who I really want. Okay, so Roy Conway looks fantastic, but I don't really need a defensive tackle. I feel like this dude's going to be unreal. Maybe we will take him at some point if he's available, but I don't think I'm going to take him right now. This left outside linebacker won the Heisman, so that makes me really inclined to take him. I don't know if I will just yet. We'll have to see. A pretty nice looking middle linebacker who I technically no longer need since we got Blake Martinez. Kirby Barker looks like a nice wide receiver, but the wide receiver I actually want is, where is he? Did he get moved to the second round? He did. Jason Edmonds looks really nice. I'm excited to take that guy. I feel like he's going to be one of the best players in the class. Also, Rashad Skinner, a 7.0 combine grade for a third round left tackle. That guy looks awesome. And so does this guy, a second round right tackle, 7.0 combine grade. I think I'm in a position to trade this one away. So let's see what people are offering. Hopefully the Raiders are offering 2 first rounders again. They are not, but the Buccaneers offering a first and a second this year and a second next year. I'll take that. We have the 4th overall pick now, so let's simulate to that one. Let's actually see who goes with these top few picks. Roy Conway was a 74. Pretty glad I didn't take him, to be honest. Deion Terry, cornerback, 73. The Vikings. 72, Justin Ellsworth. Okay, I'm glad I didn't take any of those guys, to be honest. Honestly, I feel like I can trade this pick away again. I really don't think there's anybody who I really want that badly. I mean, there are some nice-looking guards, but I kind of want to draft one of those tackles and maybe move him to guard. Let me just figure out who I think the best player for me to take at this point is going to be. Honestly, all that's left on my draft board are, you know, guards and this middle linebacker and this wide receiver. So, I mean, I could go with a guard, but let me just see what the trade-away options are looking like. May as well try to get some more stuff for next year, you know? Can I still get a first rounder this year? That's the question. I could, but I'd only gain a third rounder next year. I could do that again with the Colts and gain a third next year and a 5th. Honestly, I'd rather just start taking some players now, if I'm being honest. I don't think those trade-away options were all that important. Actually, what was that? What was that Browns one? I didn't fully look at it. A first this year, second next year, 7th. All right, now I'm actually just going to take a player with this pick. So with this pick, it's difficult. Who should I go with? I may just go offensive line. I think I'm going to do that. So I think I still will try to take these guys later as well, but I'll go with offensive line right now. Who do I think is going to be the best? Probably not that guy. Centers I try to stay away from because I don't feel like centers are really ever all that good. This is difficult, man. This is actually very difficult. Mid-first rounder. Mid-first rounder? Oh, gosh. I think this right guard is going to be the best. Joey Morgan, I'm just going to go with you. 77 overall, but normal dev. He's ranked 2nd. We took him at number 4. Okay, he can start at guard, potentially, if I even need him to start at guard, honestly. We'll see what happens, but I don't think that was that bad of a draft pick. I may end up taking some second-round players in the first round here, to be honest. So I have the 14th pick, the 25th, and the 30th. Okay, so with this pick, I think I'm going to go wide receiver. This safety is also going to be really nice, I think. It's supposed to be late second round, so I can wait. Let me think. There's a center who I can still take. I want those tackles and whatnot. Do they go? Okay, there's the... That's not him. There's a third-round left tackle. There's a second-round right tackle. Okay, so I'm going to go with Jason Edmonds here. I think he's going to be really, really nice. Welcome to the team. 75 overall, hidden dev trait. Oh my good lord. Okay, well, if you know what that is, you're probably freaking out, because I'm freaking out. How do I keep doing this, man? It is unreal. I showed in my Seahawks one that I didn't change any of the devs in that one. I mean, I could show it again here, but I'm not going to do... I probably will. I'm not going to do this every time. If you think I cheat in these, just click off the video, I guess, honestly. But anyway, let's just keep going here. I can still go with this one quarterback who looks very nice. But I think we're going to go with maybe the left tackle or the right tackle. Maybe this guy. When are you supposed to go? Early second rounder? Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to go with you. James Tarpley. I really want the strong safety as well, but I think I can get you with the last pick or almost last pick in the first round. So I think I'm going to go with this right tackle, James Tarpley. Here we go. 75 overall normal dev, though. That was a great draft pick. 92 strength, 72 speed on him. 6'5", 308 pounds. I think that was a great draft pick. Okay, now we are at the 30th pick. And here, I think I'm going to go strong safety. There was a really nice draft story about this guy, so I have pretty high hopes for him. Maybe if he has good, coverage stats, I can play him at corner. We'll see what happens. But DJ Redmond, welcome to the team here. 71 overall, but hidden dev trait. It's going to be star. Okay, not horrible. He's definitely not going to come down and play cornerback, but he can be a good backup strong safety. I'm definitely for that. And now I think here I'm going to go with that left tackle, because I think this dude is going to be something fantastic. So here we go. Rashad Skinner, welcome to the team. 75 overall normal dev. We got a lot of normal dev offensive linemen, but they're all so good. That guy was supposed to go in the 3rd round. He was ranked 5th. Wow, I will take that. That was pretty much everybody on my draft board, honestly. I think we drafted super well so far. There's still this quarterback? I feel like I have to take him, man. Do I have anybody else who I really want that badly? Not really. Honestly, I don't. So I'm going with that quarterback. He's a 71 with hidden dev trait. And, alrighty then. If you guys know, that's actually really funny. I'm definitely going to show off this draft class and show you that I did not cheat. Alright, well now, we are in the late 3rd round. Dude, okay, this game is just funny. This guy's not going to be good. I thought about drafting him, but he's not. He's going to be like a 60-something. I'd honestly rather go probably with left tackle just to get, a lot of depth. Why not? Just pack it on. 65 overall. I probably should have went the wide receiver then. He's not very good, but honestly, like I mentioned earlier in another rebuild, if you can draft players all over a 60, you actually drafted pretty well. Especially in the later rounds, it's pretty difficult to routinely get players over 60. Like, there you go. Patriots just drafted a 59 overall. So both of these guys apparently have red gems, but I think they're both going to be pretty good, so I'm going to go take them. 68? Okay, that guy's actually really good, considering when he was supposed to go. I will take you as a backup D tackle, and I'll probably take this other guy and then sim to the end. All right, let's go ahead and take this other defensive tackle. We should be able to pretty easily get him. There he is, Isaiah Spicer. 67 overall, very comparable to the last guy we just took. Not bad defensive tackle depth now on this team. Yeah, so this was another very good draft, in my opinion, especially if you look at the development traits we got. But we got a 77 overall right guard, 75 overall wide receiver, 75 overall right tackle, a 71 strong safety, 75 left tackle, 71 quarterback. Those were the highlights of the draft. And then the computer got me Ashley Streeter as 57 overall cornerback. All right, well, let's check out the rest of this draft. Who was ranked first? I don't think I drafted the first ranked player. A 78 overall left guard. I guess I should have went that guy. Hidden dev trade on him too. Yeah, that could have been a great draft pick. Was I in a position to take him? I certainly was. We didn't really, get that much of a worse, offensive lineman, but the hidden dev traits, at least star, I would 1,000,000% rather have that guy. A good-looking left tackle, Mac Whitaker as well. Franklin Biddle, nice-looking running back. Carl Torrance, a good tight end. James Tarpley, the dude we drafted. Another guy we drafted there. Terrence Seamster, good-looking middle linebacker. Okay, so this draft class looked pretty good. Pretty good. No 80 overalls, but still, definitely solid. Before I do anything else, I was going to mess around with the lineup quick, but I'm just probably going to forget this. Let me show you that I did not cheat or anything. Somebody told me that if you go into transactions and then go under edited, right? Player edit, it would say if I changed their development. So I did not. I didn't change their development at all. It's the entire NFL, but just to be even more specified, go to the Ravens. I didn't do anything with draft class edit. I didn't even click on the right one when I was in the when I was on the Seahawks. I thought just player edit was enough. Whatever. I didn't cheat in that one either. But draft class edit, I didn't edit anything at all. So just if you guys don't think that was a legitimate draft, it definitely was. I didn't really want to get rid of this player, but since we signed Blake Martinez, I feel like it's only right. Patrick Owasu, I like you as a player. You should certainly be a higher overall. If you were, I probably wouldn't have even signed Blake Martinez, but Madden, I feel like kind of disrespected him. Whatever, Ravens fans, let me know what you think about that. But I'm giving him to the Patriots for J.C. Jackson because we need another cornerback. Okay, so the team for the second season is up to an 82 overall with an 85 offense, and I think that said 83 defense. But I always click on this too quickly. 85, 83. Let's go through the roster, though. Now we have several superstar X Factors and maybe one more in the books in Edmonds, if you guys are two more in the books, actually, if you think about it. But Lamar Jackson, Todd Gurley, Marquise Brown, the superstar X Factors here on offense. I feel like the offense got better as a whole, but we did lose Marshall Yanda, which was a key piece, honestly, to the success of this team last year. He's a very good right guard. It sucks that he retired when he did, but hopefully Morgan can step up into his footsteps. And then defensively, we signed Blake Martinez. I think that's going to pay off and be a very good signing. We also drafted Redmond here at strong safety. He may be able to develop into something. Maybe once Tony Jefferson starts to regress, we can think about starting Redmond instead. We also just traded for J.C. Jackson, who's very easy to trade for and still young and has star dev, so I don't think that's that bad of an option whatsoever. And then specialist. Here's what this looks like. The only real difference is that Ferguson is going to be rushing off that right end now. Blake Martinez at sub linebacker, and then Edmonds at slot wide receiver. I guess that's a few differences, but whatever. I'm going to spend these coach experience, and then I will simulate to the midseason mark. Okay, what is the record all about? But actually, before that, we have a frustrated wide receiver. Hollywood Brown's frustrated? Okay, well, we are 4-3, 5-2 there from the Texans. 5-2 also from the Browns, 3-4 for the Bengals, 2-5 for the Steelers. Why is Marquise Brown frustrated? He's the #1 wideout. Why are we not giving him targets? Who knows? AJ Green ended up being frustrated in my Bengals franchise, and we gave him a ton of targets, so I don't really know if there's a correlation between that. Who knows? But Edmonds, superstar X Factor. That's why I decided to show off this draft class, because I knew that was coming. My God, I don't know how I keep doing this, but 75 overall for him, 3 experience points as well. I don't know why I mentioned his overall, but I did deal with it. We have a couple more experience points here on defense. Okay, so who has to come back to the team? We can bring back Marlon Humphrey. That's certainly happening. Marlon Humphrey is our best cornerback. I want him. Ronnie Stanley, I want. J.C. Jackson, I would like back. Tony Jefferson. Okay, this is interesting because we have that backup strong safety who was, much worse in the overall department, but I feel like he has more potential, because Tony Jefferson's 28. Right, let's see how Tony Jefferson plays this year. I'm going to give him the rest of the season, obviously. I'm not going to give him a contract just now. Sam Cook, I don't think I'm going to bring back because he's probably going to be a little bit expensive. Maybe I can figure that out later. Honestly, he may even just retire. If he wants to retire, I'm just going to let him do it. Tim Williams, I'm not going to worry about. Tyus Bowser, RG3, all those guys down there. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about those bottom few guys. But these top 3, I will definitely bring back. We brought back J.C. Jackson, Ronnie Stanley, and Marlon Humphrey. So I think we should be in line to make the playoffs this season. Hopefully we can have a good second half of the season. I will let you guys know how it ends up. All right, let's see here. Did we make the playoffs this season as well? We did, 11-5. Just barely, I imagine, missed out on a first-round bye by losing to the Browns. I feel like if we went 12-4, we probably would have gotten one. But 9-7 for the Jets. 12-4 for the Browns. Yeah, we probably would have gotten one if we would have beaten the Browns last week. 9-7 for the Steelers. 5-11 from the Bengals. Let's check out these stats, though. Lamar Jackson led the league in passing yards. 33 touchdowns, 13 picks. Very nice season here once again. Todd Gurley, though. Holy crap. 6 yards per carry, 20 rushing touchdowns, 1,656 yards. Are you kidding me? Justice Hill got 9 touchdowns, but my God, Todd Gurley destroyed the backfield. Jason Edmonds was also fantastic. 90 catches, 1,282 yards, 14 touchdowns. Marquise Brown, 82 for 1,109, 4 touchdowns. Mark Andrews had a good season, 87 for 974 and 5 touchdowns. Okay, Jesus. This team is playing super well right now. Blocking was very good here once again. Again, nobody over 10 sacks. That's what I like to see. 102 tackles from Blake Martinez. 11 tackles for loss from Michael Pierce. We have 6.5 sacks for Jalen Ferguson, 5 for Michael Pierce. Then interceptions, 2 from Tony Jefferson and Blake Martinez and Earl Thomas. 1 for Kenny Young, DJ Redmond, and Marlon Humphrey. I thought it said Redmond had 60 tackles. I was going to say he actually played quite a bit, but that's not what happened. So defensive touchdowns, 2. Tony Jefferson and Earl Thomas. No safeties, and then at least 1 blocked kick. We actually have 3. Tony Jefferson, Michael Pierce, and Tim Williams. Forced fumbles, 2 for Earl Thomas and Blake Martinez, 1 for J.C. Jackson, and then 3 fumble recoveries there from those guys. Okay, well, we were first on offense. What I like to see. Defense, is it top 10 here again? It's 15th, so fell off a little bit, but still, top half of the NFL. I guess I'll take it. Todd Gurley at number 2 for MVP. Patrick Mahomes just beats him out. Lamar Jackson, though, at number 9. That's pretty cool. AFC Offensive Player of the Year somehow goes to Todd Gurley, even though Patrick Mahomes won MVP. Whatever, it happens. Lamar Jackson at number 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Darius Leonard wins that one. Blake Martinez, though, at number 8. I'll take it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, how is it not Jason Edmonds? What did Maxwell Rollins do? Need to see this. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dave Neal's going to win. DJ Redmond, though, at number 3. Let me check out that guy. He was on the Dolphins, I believe. Is he like a quarterback? Maybe that's why? Let's see. Let's check out the Dolphins, because there's no chance another like running back or wide receiver would do as well as what, our guy did. He is a quarterback. He had a good year. 30 touchdowns, 7 picks, over 4,000 yards. All right, fair enough. But come on. Our guy had 14 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. Whatever. He probably still got a ton of experience points, though, so it's not that big of a deal. He's going to end this season with 7. Okay, we got 4 from Lamar Jackson, 2 for Hollywood Brown, 1 for Todd Gurley, 2 for Mark Andrews, 2 for a couple other guys as well. And then defensively, we have 2 for, a handful of guys on this side of the ball here too. Okay, so let me spend these, and then we'll send by the playoff weeks. Okay, the team is at an 85 overall, 89 offense, 85 defense. So let's check out these improvements. Edmonds is up to an 84. Man, we have such a good wide receiver duo now. 93 speed. He's 6'2" and 93 speed. That's pretty awesome. 94 short route running, 87 catching, 85 catching traffic, 92 acceleration. This dude's a freak. Lamar Jackson's an 88. Todd Gurley's an 99, of course. Marquise Brown an 87. The team is progressing really well. I'm excited to see what we can do in the final season next year. But let's advance the week here after we check out the overall. What are the Jets up to? Or down to? Who knows? Maybe they regressed. 77 overall for him. I feel like that's not too much of a difference from what they start out as. I think they start out at a 75. Could be wrong. Let's advance the week, though. Can we take down the Jets? We can. We have to go up against the Browns again. We played them last year in the wild card round, and we were victorious. Let's see if we can repeat here in the divisional playoff round. I said divisional really strangely there, but who knows? It happens. Let's go to the conference championship, and we are in it. Take on the Chargers. The Chargers are a very good team in Madden Sim as well, but we just took down one of the better teams in the Browns, so I'm confident this is the year we make it to the Super Bowl. Let's go straight there. Come on, are we in it? Let's take down the Saints if we are. No, it's going to be the Seahawks. I like to try to guess it, but we are in the Super Bowl. Let's go. Okay, so let me spend these experience points very quickly here. Edmonds has 3 more. Oh my god, he's going to be a freak. He also has a new ability. That's awesome. But let's hop into this game and see if we can take down these Seahawks. They're an 80 overall. We're up to an 86. Come on, this has to be a Super Bowl win. We seem to be controlling this game very well right now. 31-17, 38-17. We just scored again. 38-24. We're going to take down the Seattle Seahawks by, a 2-possession game, but it definitely seemed more dominant than that. Let's skip by the celebration, just in case we're here again. Maybe we can watch it then. But, we had the clear lead the entire game. Let's go. Lamar Jackson almost had 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and threw 1 interception. Todd Gurley, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Marquise Brown was very good. Jason Edmonds was also very good with a touchdown. Mark Andrews had a touchdown. Todd Gurley did as well. Not any sacks let up. That's awesome. 15 tackles from Blake Martinez. Okay, we got a sack. Kenny Young, not too bad. All right, well, we're going to win a Super Bowl. That's pretty awesome. Okay, it's at the point where, players can potentially go up in development trades. So let's check it out. Did anybody on the team get more, experience points or go up in dev? All right, so we got a couple more experience points for some of these players. Also, if you didn't know, this quarterback has Superstar X Factor. So I kind of freaked out in the draft about him as well. That was pretty cool. But I don't see anybody with an increased dev trait. But maybe on defense? We got a Superstar? No, we don't. Still, a bunch of star developing players. Okay. Also, this guy down here has star, and he's a 74. I don't know what to do with Tony Jefferson. It really depends on how much money we have, I guess. Because he's still good for one more season. I guess I'll keep him. But let's actually check this out here. Obviously, if we don't have a lot of money to bring him back, I won't bother, but let's see. Oh, we have a ton of money. We can definitely bring him back. He doesn't even want all that much. A 5-year deal is quite a bit. He's actually going to test out free agency. I don't want to tag him. I really don't want to tag a 29-year-old. Actually, that probably is all right, but let's just advance. Let's see if we can maybe get him in free agency. Honestly, if not, I don't mind starting that young guy. $52.96 million. Ezekiel Elliott is here? Why? So is Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon. Okay. Interesting. Chidobe Awuzie has Superstar Dev now. That's cool, I guess. Budda Baker can play strong safety. Budda Baker can definitely play strong safety. So then it comes down to whether or not I want him playing Or also somebody relocated. I just noticed that. But it comes down to whether if I want him playing or Tony Jefferson playing. I mean, I guess if it's just one more season, I should probably give Tony Jefferson another shot, just because, you know, he was like normally on the team, probably a bit of a fan favorite down here, so let's give him a contract over Budda Baker. Also, just for the memes here, I'm giving Ezekiel Elliott a 36-point contract. If he accepts, that'll be the funniest thing in the world. I mean, we're Super Bowl victors. Except, he did? What? Wait, why did he actually accept that? Oh my god. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, I truly did not expect that to happen. Okay. We gave him $550,000 for 6 years, no signing bonus. Okay, well, at least we got Tony Jefferson back. That's cool. We are about to enter the draft, and we have the last pick in pretty much every round here, of course, but I do really want a cornerback. I don't really need one, but I kind of want to draft one right now. Let's just trade up with the Vikings. Give myself, you know, the best opportunity to take whoever I want. Let's give you the fifth round draft pick as well. Why not? So we're going to trade up to number 1. That probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but honestly, I don't need that backup left tackle. It really just, he's not doing anything on this team, so not that big of a deal. So here we can take one of these cornerbacks. Frederick Stimson, Allen Henry, definitely not this guy, but he's actually super fast, so I feel like he's going to be alright. But it's between Stimson and Henry. Stimson, 4.53 speed, pretty slow, 4.48 speed. Not too much faster, but there is a difference. This guy fits this scheme. They both fit this scheme. Okay. I think I might just go completely based on combine grade then. Let's do that. Allen Henry, 77. Okay, hidden dev. Star development on him. Not a bad cornerback. 93 speed. Okay, I will take that. He's not bad. I probably will start him over J.C. Jackson just to see what he can do. Is there anybody left on my draft board? I don't think so. Oh, look at this. There's a running back. All right, I don't really want the running back. It's a 5th round defensive tackle. Should we go with the running back? He's supposed to be an early 1st rounder. That guy's not good enough to be an early 1st rounder. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if we can... Let's just go with him. Azahaya. That's a great name, by the way. Supposed to go in the 1st round. Certainly not early 1st round, though. 93 speed. Okay, that guy's actually pretty fast. He's actually a really nice receiving back. Okay. Yeah, he's not going to play much at all. Also, I have no idea what team relocated here, but one of them did. I'll figure it out at some point. I haven't seen a team relocate in a while. I never turn that setting off, so it's always an option. It just hasn't happened for me in a very long time. Corey Bowden, however it's pronounced. He's a 69. Actually not bad. Pretty decent stats. I keep drafting a ton of defensive tackles, but whatever. We're going to sim to the end of the draft now. I only really wanted that one corner. Alright, so I will definitely check out the rest of the draft here, but, you know, we got a pretty good-looking cornerback. 77 overall. Not all that bad. Tight end drafted us. Ooh, wow. The tight end drafted us a 60 overall computer. That was what I was about to say. The computer drafted us a 60 overall tight end. There we go. Who went first overall? I mean, okay, other than us, who went first? Jaron Neal, a wide receiver. This other corner was a 74. Ooh, I'm very happy I did not go with this guy. Maybe his dev is better, but on face value, our guy looks a little bit better. So, Jaron Neal, 77 overall wide receiver. He was probably the 0th ranked player. I don't know, because I think we had the number 1 ranked, unless they fixed it, and the number 1 is actually the number 1. But this guy also looks really nice. He's super fast. I think he had the fastest 40 out of all the wide receivers. Jonathan Mix, good-looking left tackle. Really nice-looking right guard in the 2nd round. Hidden dev on him as well. Man, usually when you see a later round offensive lineman who's like a high 70s, they normally have normal dev. Brooks Oliver, Roland Horton, Torrin Keith. Okay, pretty decent-looking draft class here once again. Again, no 80s, but solid overall. I think this team is in a great spot here to make it back to the playoffs for another season. But if we don't make it to the playoffs, honestly, we still have a Super Bowl under our belt, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But here's the team. We have 6 superstar X Factors on this offense, because I forgot to sign Ezekiel Elliott. So we have Marquise Brown, Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, Lamar Jackson, this Boy Sky, and Edmonds. Imagine having Gurley and Elliott on the same team. Like, what? That is so stupid. If you could sign Ezekiel Elliott for as cheap as we did, that's definitely the move. But the offensive line is still very good. I moved Skinner to left guard. I think he was the right tackle. I don't remember exactly. Maybe he was another guard. I don't know. But we ended up, you know, moving him to left guard. I think he can do fine there. Also, this guy has hidden dev. If this is superstar, that would be the funniest thing, honestly, ever. He's a 60 overall. But let's check out the defense. It's definitely worse than the offense, but it's still good. Honestly, I still think we have a ton of talent on both sides of the football here. Brandon Williams is an 80 overall. Maybe I should have traded him. Who knows? I think he can get the job done for one more season. We need a punter. Let me make sure I do that before I sim in case the computer does not sign me one. But, you know, here is specialist. I'm pretty sure it's kind of typical. We're going to have Ezekiel Elliott be the third down running back because why not? I guess get him involved somehow. But let me go ahead and sign a punter. If Cook is still here, I'll give him a contract. Hey, look, it's Cook. No. Ryan Quigley is the best punter, apparently. Who has the best accuracy? It is going to be Ryan Quigley. Okay, well, welcome to the team. Big downgrade, honestly, over Cook, but it's not that big of a deal. We're going to simulate now. I'll see you at the end of the season. All right, come on. I have faith in this team to make it to the playoffs or another season. Let's go. Come on. We made it. 12-4. Okay, I mentioned last year that if we went 12-4, we probably would avoid the wild card round, but we did it this year and we still made it. Okay, well, anyway, 12-4 from the Jaguars, 13-3 from the Browns, 7-9 from the Steelers, 3-13 from the Bengals. I don't think we've won the division once, but we made the playoffs all 3 years. I'll take it. Lamar Jackson, over 4,000 yards once again, 34 touchdowns, 13 picks. Honestly, he's had like 3 identical seasons. He is very consistent. Todd Gurley, very good once again. Ezekiel Elliott at 834 yards. Oh my god. 15 touchdowns for Gurley, 10 for Elliott. That is disgusting. That is the move. Honestly, getting a superstar backup running back along with your superstar starting running back. Let's go. Jason Edmonds, 1,154 yards, 7 touchdowns. Mark Andrews, 802 yards, 4 touchdowns. Marquise Brown took a step back. Still was alright, though. Willie Snead also pretty good. I think I meant to have Miles Boykin start, but my bad, I forgot this season. The offensive line was amazing. Letting up fewer than 20 sacks this year, I will take that. 107 tackles from Blake Martinez, 12 of those for loss, not bad. 16 tackles for loss, though, for Deshaun Hand and Michael Pierce. Nobody over 10 sacks, but Jalen Ferguson playing pretty well these last 2 years. 6.5 sacks for him. He also had an interception. Marlon Humphrey had 3. Kenny Young, Allen Henry, Tavon Young each had 2. And then Blake Martinez and J.C. Jackson had 1 along with Ferguson, of course. So safeties, we don't have any. Blocked kicks, we have none. Forced fumble return yards, we got a couple. I forgot to look at touchdowns. That threw me off for a second. No defensive touchdowns. We have a couple forced fumbles, though. Marlon Humphrey, Tony Jefferson, Allen Henry, Michael Pierce, and Earl Thomas all have 1, and then a couple of those were recovered. So I think we were second on offense the first year, and then first the last 2 seasons. Okay. And then 7th on defense. Man, this offense has been electric. Le'Veon Bell, though, wins MVP, followed by another running back, followed by Derek Carr. That's pretty awkward, but okay. Jacoby Brissett's also here. Whatever. Lamar Jackson at number 8. That is Madden for you. Todd Gurley and Lamar Jackson at 7 and 8 for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Who is the Caps? It's probably the Chargers. That was my first thought anyway, and Denzel Perriman is right there. Probably the Chargers. But let's see if anybody else from our team is in this list. I don't think anybody at all from our team is in this list. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jaron Neal. Who wins that one? John Rodgers at number 5. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Allen Henry is actually going to win. It's pretty awesome. Best quarterback goes to Derek Carr. Lamar Jackson, though, at number 5. Best running back, it goes to Le'Veon Bell. Todd Gurley at number 2. Ezekiel Elliott's at number 6. Oh, that's awesome. We have both of our running backs in there. Oh, my Lord. Best wide receiver goes to Antonio Brown. Jason Edmonds, though, at number 4. He's been so good. Best offensive lineman, Rodney Hudson wins that one. Ronnie Stanley, though, at number 3. And then Orlando Brown in there at number 8, the tackle duo. Myles Garrett, best defensive lineman. Best linebacker, Von Miller wins it. Anybody from the Ravens? I don't see anyone. Best defensive back, Lamarcus Joyner. Marlon Humphrey at number 9. I'll take that. Best kicker, Justin Tucker. Let's go. Probably is the best kicker. He's fantastic. Is he the highest rated kicker in this game? I feel like he should be. But let's check out these experience points here before we get into these games here once again. 4 for Edmonds, man. He is so good. 3 for Lamar Jackson. 1 for Todd Gurley. 2 for Marquise Brown. 2 for Morgan as well. Defensively, we have 2 for Deshaun Hand, 2 for Humphrey, 4 for Henry. Let's go. He's going to go up quite nicely. The team is an 87 overall, 93 offense, 85 defense heading into this final playoff sequence. Let's go. The team is actually very good. We drafted some players who, developed into gods. I'm so happy with how this team turned out, to be honest. Hopefully you guys are too. Hope I, satisfied you Ravens fans out there. Here we go, though. Let's advance the week after we check out their overall. We should definitely have a higher overall team. They're 78. We're in 87. We should for sure be able to win this game. But the Jaguars, you never know if the Jaguars, man. They are going to beat us 27-24. That's where this rebuild comes to an end. But it's okay. I think it was a very successful one. Let me actually simulate here to the Super Bowl. because I want to see if anybody else got more experience points and, you know, potential dev upgrades. I love looking at that stuff. Even though I'm not going a final season, I still want to advance. It's the Browns and the Redskins in the Super Bowl. That's very interesting. Who wins? The Browns are going to end up winning. Lamar Jackson would have to come back to the team here. That would be difficult. But let's check out the potential dev upgrades for anybody. Nobody has a dev upgrade. Rodgers has star dev. That's revealed. How about defensively? Any superstars? No. Not seeing any superstars down here. That is okay. Henry has 2 more experience points. He developed actually super well. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I thought this was a pretty good one. Again, continuing the trend of drafting X Factors. I don't know how I keep doing this, but somehow I manage... If you guys know The Office, maybe you recognize that. But somehow I manage to keep drafting X Factors. But anyway, thank you guys one final time for watching this video. If you ended up enjoying, feel free to leave a like. These videos have been getting easily over like 250 likes. It's been awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support lately. Also, we just surpassed 6,000 subscribers, which is ridiculous. Literally 2 weeks ago, I tweeted out thanking you guys for 5,000. And we already gained another 1,000, man. I can't keep up. But one final time, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys soon.